Charlie's Angels, the iconic 1970s TV series, captivated audiences with its perfect blend of action, mystery, and style. With a cast full of charismatic stars, the show became a cultural touchstone, leaving an enduring legacy that extended beyond its original run. Over the years, many of the talented actors who brought these stories to life have sadly passed away. In this tribute, we honor 26 Charlie's Angels actors who are no longer with us, celebrating their unforgettable roles and lasting contributions to the series. Tanya Roberts as Julie Rogers. Tanya Roberts was born on October 15, 1949, in Manhattan, New York. When she was 31 years old, she played Julie Rogers in the final season of Charlie's Angels, 1980 to 1981, bringing a streetwise edge to the team with her tough, action-oriented persona. Though the series was struggling in ratings, her role added a fresh energy, making her the final angel to join the crime-fighting trio. Off-screen, Roberts led a devoted personal life, marrying screenwriter Barry Roberts in 1973 and staying by his side until his passing in 2006. In her later years, her health took a tragic turn. While hiking in December 2020, she fell ill and was soon hospitalized with a severe infection that led to sepsis. Despite initial confusion over reports of her passing, she ultimately died on January 4, 2021, at the age of 71. Farrah Fawcett as Jill Monroe. Farrah Fawcett was born on February 2, 1947, in Corpus Christi, Texas. When she was 29 years old, she became a television sensation as Jill Monroe in Charlie's Angels, bringing charm, athleticism, and a radiant smile to the crime-fighting trio. Her portrayal of the free-spirited private investigator captivated audiences, turning her into a cultural icon and earning her a Golden Globe nomination. However, she left the show after one season, later making guest appearances in 6 episodes. Beyond the screen, her personal life was just as eventful. She married actor Lee Majors in 1973, though their relationship ended in divorce nearly a decade later. She later shared a tumultuous but enduring bond with actor Ryan O'Neal, with whom she had a son, Redmond. In 2006, Fawcett was diagnosed with anal cancer, facing the illness with resilience, while documenting her journey in the acclaimed Special Farrah's Story. She passed away on June 25, 2009, at age 62, leaving behind a legacy of talent, beauty, and strength. Soon Taek Oh as Lieutenant Torres. Soon Taek Oh was born on June 29, 1932, in Mokpo, Korea. When he was 48 years old, he portrayed Lieutenant Torres in Charlie's Angels in 1980, adding depth to the show's crime-fighting narratives with his commanding presence. His role, though brief, contributed to the show's dynamic storytelling, solidifying his reputation as a versatile character actor. Beyond the screen, Oh was dedicated to advancing Asian American representation in theater, founding the Society of Heritage Performers in 1995. He was married and spent much of his later life mentoring young actors. However, his final years were marked by a long battle with Alzheimer's disease. He passed away on April 4, 2018, at the age of 85, leaving behind a legacy in film, television, and theater. Carol Cook as Hildy Slater. Carol Cook was born on January 14, 1924, in Abilene, Texas. When she was 55 years old, she portrayed the wealthy and cunning Hildy Slater on Charlie's Angels in 1979, bringing her signature wit and charm to the role. Her performance added intrigue to the show, proving her ability to command the screen with both humor and sophistication. Beyond her on-screen presence, Cook shared a lifelong partnership with actor Tom Troop, whom she married in 1964. Their bond lasted nearly 6 decades, a testament to their enduring love and shared passion for the arts. However, in her later years, Cook faced health challenges, ultimately passing away from heart failure on January 11, 2023, just 3 days before her 99th birthday. Her remarkable career spanning film, television, and theater left a lasting mark on Hollywood. L.Q. Jones as Burdette. L.Q. Jones was born on August 19, 1927, in Beaumont, Texas. When he was 49 years old, he appeared in Charlie's Angels in 1976 as Labor D, bringing his signature rugged charm to the role. His presence on screen, shaped by years of working in westerns, left a lasting impression on audiences. Off-screen, Jones led a fascinating life, dabbling in stand-up comedy, professional sports, and even ranching before fully embracing acting. He was married for a time but remained private about his personal relationships. In his later years, he lived quietly in Hollywood Hills, where he passed away from natural causes on July 9, 2022, at the age of 94. Peter Mark Richman as Ken Adamian. Peter Mark Richman was born on April 16, 1927, in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. When he was 50 years old, he portrayed Ken Adamian in Charlie's Angels in 1977, adding depth to the show's suspenseful crime drama. His commanding presence and sharp delivery made his performance memorable in the series' web of intrigue. Off-screen, Richman led a fulfilling personal life, remaining married to his wife, Helen, for nearly 7 decades while raising 5 children, including Grammy-winning composer Lucas Richman. Before acting, he worked as a pharmacist, a path he followed out of family duty before embracing his passion for the arts. He passed away from natural causes on January 14, 2021, at the age of 93, leaving behind a legacy of versatility and dedication in film and television. Noah Keane as bank president. Noah Keane was born on October 10, 1920, in Cincinnati, Ohio. When he was 59 years old, he portrayed a bank president in Charlie's Angels in 1979, bringing an air of authority to the show's high-stakes narratives. His performance fit seamlessly into the crime drama, enhancing the tension with his seasoned presence. Beyond the screen, Keane led a full life, moving from California to New York after marrying his wife Raphael and settling in Harlem. Even in his later years, he remained active in the industry, continuing to take on small acting roles well into his 90s. He passed away on March 24, 2019, at the age of 98, leaving behind a legacy of dedication and versatility in film and television. Lee Delano as Al Norman. Lee Delano was born on January 19, 1931, in New York, USA. When he was 46 years old, he portrayed Al Norman in Charlie's Angels in 1977, adding to the show's thrilling crime narratives with his sharp performance. His role brought an extra layer of intrigue, fitting seamlessly into the action-driven world of the Angels. Off-screen, Delano co-founded a theater and drama school with fellow actor Jack Donner, mentoring future stars like Barry Levinson and Craig T. Nelson. Though he kept much of his personal life private, his dedication to the craft was evident throughout his career. He passed away on October 8, 2017, at the age of 86, leaving behind a lasting impact on television and theater. Louis Elias as Frank. Louis Elias was born on November 21, 1933, in Los Angeles, California. When he was 44 years old, he portrayed Frank in Charlie's Angels in 1977, bringing a strong presence to his role. His rugged demeanor and physicality, honed from years as a stuntman and athlete, made him a natural fit for action-packed scenes. With a career spanning over 150 film and TV credits, Elias became a familiar face in Hollywood's action genre. Off-screen, his personal life carried its own dramatic turns. In 1955, he eloped with beauty queen Carol Lilly, and together they raised 5 children in a home filled with both glamour and challenges. Though their marriage saw separations, they never divorced, bound by deep devotion to their family. Later in life, Elias faced health struggles but remained connected to the industry he loved. He passed away on December 13, 2017, at the age of 84, Robert Loggia as Michael Durano. Robert Loggia was born on January 3, 1930, in New York City. When he was 71 years old, he appeared in Charlie's Angels, 2001, as Mr. Blue, a powerful crime boss who exudes menace with his gruff demeanor and sharp wit. His presence in the film added a layer of intensity, reinforcing his legacy as a seasoned character actor. Off-screen, Loggia's life was just as eventful. His first marriage to Della Sloan lasted nearly 3 decades before ending in divorce, and in 1982, he found lasting love with Audrey O'Brien. However, in 2010, his health took a devastating turn when he was diagnosed with Alzheimer's disease. Despite the challenges, he remained surrounded by family until his passing on December 4, 2015, at the age of 85, due to complications from the illness. Denny Miller as Ed Fellows. Denny Miller was born on April 25, 1934, in Bloomington, Indiana. When he was 43, he portrayed Ed Fellows in Charlie's Angels in 1977, bringing his rugged charm to the role. Though his appearance was brief, it added to the show's dynamic storytelling, complementing his long career in television. Off-screen, Miller led an eventful life. He was married to Nancy Miller, and beyond acting, he authored books and became widely recognized as the Gorton's fisherman in commercials. However, his later years were marked by health struggles, and in 2014, he was diagnosed with ALS. He passed away on September 9, 2014, at 80. Jerry Ayers as first policeman. Jerry Ayers was born on September 21, 1936, in Richmond, California. When he was 41 years old, he portrayed a first policeman in Charlie's Angels in 1977, lending credibility to the show's tense crime scenes. His brief yet impactful role fits seamlessly into his extensive television career, which spanned popular series across decades. Off-screen, Ayers experienced the highs and lows of personal life, marrying twice and raising 4 children. Despite his successful career, he faced health challenges later in life. He passed away from natural causes on May 14, 2013, at the age of 76, leaving behind a body of work that reflected his dedication to the craft. Joseph Ruskin as Danny Barr. Joseph Ruskin was born on April 14, 1924, in Haverhill, Massachusetts. When he was 52 years old, he portrayed the ruthless Danny Barr on Charlie's Angels in 1976, bringing his signature intensity to the role. His commanding presence and sharp delivery made him a memorable antagonist, fitting seamlessly into the show's crime-driven narrative. Beyond the screen, Ruskin led a rich personal life, marrying twice, first to Patricia Heard, with whom he had a child, and later to Barbara Green, his wife, until his passing. Dedicated to the industry, he was an active member of the Screen Actors Guild and Actors Equity, advocating for fellow performers. In his later years, he continued to make an impact in Hollywood before passing away at 89 on December 28, 2013, in Santa Monica, California. Gary Collins as Professor James Fairgate. Gary Collins was born on April 30, 1938, in Venice, California. When he was 40, he portrayed Professor James Fairgate in Charlie's Angels in 1978, delivering a strong performance that resonated with audiences. His television career spanned decades, earning him a Daytime Emmy Award in 1984 and a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame the following year. Beyond the screen, Collins found lasting love with actress Mary Ann Mobley, whom he married in 1967, and they remained together through ups and downs. In his later years, he faced legal troubles and personal struggles, but he remained devoted to his wife, moving to Mississippi to be with her during her battle with breast cancer. Collins passed away on October 13, 2012, at 74, due to natural causes, leaving behind a legacy as a familiar face in television and a dedicated husband. Norman Alden as Jake Barnett. Norman Alden was born on September 13, 1924, in Fort Worth, Texas. When he was 53 years old, he portrayed Jake Barnett in Charlie's Angels in 1977, bringing his signature intensity to the role of a rugged and sharp-witted character. His performance added depth to the series, showcasing his ability to command the screen with a tough yet charismatic presence. However, in his later years, he faced health challenges that ultimately led to his passing. He died of natural causes on July 27, 2012, at the age of 87, leaving behind a legacy of memorable roles and a career that spanned nearly 5 decades. Gene Barry as Frank Jason. Gene Barry was born on June 14, 1919, in New York City. When he was 58, he portrayed Frank Jason in Charlie's Angels in 1977, bringing his signature sophistication to the role. Though a brief appearance, his presence added to the show's allure, reflecting the charm that made him a television star. Off-screen, Barry shared a long and devoted marriage with Betty Claire Kalb, whom he wed in 1944. Later in life, he faced health challenges, spending his final years at Sunrise Senior Living. He passed away on December 9, 2009, at 90, leaving behind a legacy of classic television and film. Dennis Cole as Carl Hansworth. Dennis Cole was born on July 19, 1940, in Detroit, Michigan. When he was 37, he portrayed Carl Hansworth in Charlie's Angels in 1977, bringing his signature charm and confidence to the role. A familiar presence on television throughout the 70s and 80s, he captivated audiences with his dynamic performances. Off-screen, Cole's personal life was marked by highs and hardships. He was married 3 times, including a brief but high-profile marriage to Charlie's Angels star Jaclyn Smith. Tragedy struck in 1991 when his only son, Joe, was murdered during a home invasion robbery, a loss that led Cole to become an activist against violence. Later in life, he transitioned into real estate, but health struggles took a toll, and he passed away from kidney failure on November 15, 2009, at 69. Lloyd Bochner as Yellick. Lloyd Bochner was born on July 29, 1924, in Toronto, Ontario. When he was 54 years old, he appeared in Charlie's Angels in 1978, portraying the cunning and enigmatic character Chak, a role that showcased his ability to bring depth and intrigue to the screen. His commanding presence and smooth delivery made him a compelling addition to the series. Off-screen, Bochner shared a long and happy marriage with Ruth Rower, a concert pianist, and together they raised 3 children, including actor Hart Bochner. However, in his later years, he faced health struggles, ultimately passing away from cancer on October 29, 2005, at the age of 81. Kay Luke as Lin. Kay Luke was born on June 18, 1904, in Guangzhou, China. When he was 74 years old, he portrayed Lin in Charlie's Angels in 1978, bringing intrigue and charm to the series with his signature poise and wisdom. His role, though brief, added a layer of mystique to the show's thrilling adventures. Beyond acting, Luke was a talented artist and a trailblazer for Asian American representation in Hollywood. He was married and remained devoted to his craft until his later years. However, his health declined, and he suffered a fatal stroke. He passed away on January 12, 1991, at the age of 86, leaving behind a lasting impact on film and television. Gilbert Green as Lawrence Rinaldi. Gilbert Green was born on January 1, 1914, in Brooklyn, New York. When he was 64, he portrayed Lawrence Rinaldi in Charlie's Angels in 1978, bringing a commanding presence that enriched the show's narrative. With a career spanning film and television, he became known for his roles in Executive Action and Star Trek, among others. Off-screen, Green shared his life with his wife, Laura Alice Whitcow Clark, whom he married in 1947, and they remained together until his passing. Though he kept his health struggles private, his legacy as a talented character actor endured. He died on April 15, 1984, at 70, leaving behind a body of work that showcased his depth and skill. Cesare Danova as Franco Cirella. Cesare Danova was born on March 1, 1926 in Bergamo, Italy. When he was 50, he portrayed Franco Cirella in Charlie's Angels in 1976, bringing sophistication and charm to the role. His presence added depth to the show, reflecting a career that spanned both Hollywood and European cinema. Beyond the screen, Danova led a rich personal life, marrying twice and raising two sons, Marco and Fabrizio, with his first wife, Pamela. His career remained active until the end, but tragedy struck when he suffered a fatal heart attack on March 19, 1992, at 66, while attending a meeting at the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences. Cameron Mitchell as Frank Desmond. Cameron Mitchell was born on November 4, 1918, in Dallastown, Pennsylvania. When he was 60 years old, he portrayed Frank Desmond in Charlie's Angels in 1979, delivering a performance that reflected his decades of experience in film and television. Known for his commanding presence, he added depth to the crime series with his intense portrayal. Beyond the screen, Mitchell's personal life was filled with both triumphs and struggles. Married multiple times, he faced financial difficulties, including bankruptcy, despite his long-standing career. His later years were marked by health issues, and he ultimately passed away from lung cancer on July 6, 1994, at the age of 75, leaving behind a legacy of classic roles in film and television. Vic Morrow as Harry Stearns. Vic Morrow was born on February 14, 1929, in the Bronx, New York. When he was 49 years old, he portrayed the cunning and ruthless Harry Stearns in Charlie's Angels in 1978, bringing a sharp intensity to the show's thrilling storytelling. His ability to command the screen with his gritty presence made him a memorable villain, adding to his long list of compelling performances. Off-screen, Morrow's personal life was marked by two marriages. First to actress Barbara Turner, with whom he had two daughters, including actress Jennifer Jason Leigh, though they were estranged at the time of his passing. His second marriage to Gail Lester ended in separation before his tragic death. On July 23, 1982, while filming Twilight Zone, the movie, Morrow was killed in a helicopter accident on set, a devastating end to a career spanning decades. The legacy of Charlie's Angels lives on, thanks to the incredible actors who brought its stories to life. Though they may be gone, their performances continue to entertain and inspire fans around the world. Which actor's role in Charlie's Angels stood out to you the most? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more nostalgic Hollywood tributes.